Hi and welcome back to my vanilla Ice Sheet series played in Rimworld Royalty version 1.2. My name is Icon and today we're going to expand this little humble abode. I'm going to work around with all the really useful and nice tips and ideas you guys had for me, and in between that hopefully we're going to stay alive. And if you like that kind of content, check out my channel. You'll find plenty of other videos there. Rimworld and other strategy games that I really love to play. Maybe you'll find something you love there, and if you do, leave a subscription and you won't miss any future content, and you'll make me for sure a very happy man. So we're going to replace this vent here with a door, and also we're going to build a butcher table because that butcher spot is just abysmal, as somebody properly noted. This is no long-term solution because the problem with the butcher spot is you're having a lowered work efficiency factor, and work efficiency is what makes your job go with a lower yield, which means every creature butchered on this spot yields less meat and leather, and that's not a good thing. So thanks for reminding me on that. I just don't know why I didn't notice that earlier. I mean, I even built steel traps before I built the the butchering table, so there's no legit excuse for that lapse, but sometimes it just happens. Alright, so everybody's getting hypothermia outside here except for Henry. He's already pretty resilient due to the parka we have on him. So the survival out here is still quite dangerous. One thing that gives me some relief though is the amount of food available. So right now I'm digging out the steel necessary for the butcher table because as I pointed out before, wood is very valuable when you're playing this biome, so you always want to use your wood as sparingly as possible. It's just something like here at the campfire, I keep that campfire for emergencies, basically. So look at that. I didn't know that was possible. There's you can't have a vent above a door with replace stuff and such. So that's certainly not how it's meant to look like. Let's deconstruct that vent. Alright, so let's check it out. We're having here 2 degrees inside there and 11 degrees inside there. Let's see what happens if I order that one to stay open. There we go. So there is a chance that this will warm up my place a little bit. If that doesn't work too well, I already thought yesterday a little bit longer about that. I'm going to leave that corridor here and patch sleeping rooms right next to the geothermal hole here, and just vent off that heat into these sleeping rooms until we hit a nice and cozy spot. I think that might be something useful as well. So alright, so Henry is getting pretty close to completing the battery technology. Very happy about that one. Very happy, because batteries will give me a useful way of storing electricity for the times when this happens again. So okay, let's pause for a second and consider what has to be done. Going to copy this butcher creature and copy it over here. Going to deconstruct this one here, and well, we're going to reinstall the butchering table inside there, because the dirt here increases the risk of a food poisoning, and when the animals get butchered right there in the freezer, it is yeah, I suffer a work speed penalty for bad temperature, but there's no more efficiency penalty. So yes, the animals get butchered a little bit slower, but heck do I care. So yeah, I have now still a high power usage on those heaters, of course, so nothing too surprising is happening here. So let's fast forward that night and let's check out what'll transpire tomorrow. I mean, overall, we are right now at a pretty decent spot. There's food, I have a shelter, I have electricity, pretty soon I'll have batteries, so the worst things are for now manageable, but there's still that thing with the lack of food here. So hydroponics are way to go. The only thing I'm asking myself, I think solar generators are way to go, because as far as I remember, they are working in cold biomes as well. They should be, at least. And I'm going to use the solar panels next as well, because with solar panels you can use the space the wind turbine needs with solar panels, because they don't block the power generation, and this way you can have a very efficient tile management. So right now, another thing that I want to do here is that was a very smart tip here. Here I can use the heat. There's no need to waste that good heat, and that was absolutely a right thing to say. So many thanks for all these constructive and helpful comments. Appreciate that. Because like maybe I said it before, the colder biomes, I didn't play them that much. I am a pretty proficient player with the hotter biomes, but not so much with the colder biomes. So I forgot to power conduit that. Silly me. Alright, so now this thing will produce a slight amount of warmth for the area here. So there we go. Let's think about batteries. I want to store the batteries somewhere else. I dislike the idea of having my batteries right next to my storage a lot, because as you've seen there a moment ago, there's the possibility of fire always. And at the same time, I mean, the fires of that event, that does, that fire can emanate from every power cord. I'm well aware of that. But there's a difference between just my storage here burning down, or my storage and my batteries are burning down. So the basic idea behind that is, if disaster strikes, it'll only destroy one of my necessary things for life. At least that's what I hope will happen. You never know what happens for sure until it happens. So there we go. Yay! Finally batteries. Oh man. So we don't have any steel left for the power conduits to connect those batteries. What a shame. So I'm going to force that onto Barbara right away, because it's such a waste of power to have them not connected like that. You gotta be kidding me. Come on. There we go. So now they finally store power, and that's very good for everybody here. So another thing, I'm going to build a second wind turbine. You can let them work like that. It's a pretty powerful concept, and in my opinion, this should be Rimworld common knowledge, because the eco energies or the green energies are very powerful in this game. So I don't feel like there's any reason not to mine out all that stuff here. So there's no wildlife migrating towards me, sadly. I'm not too surprised about that at all. So there we go. Alright. So let's check out how horrible it is for her to eat human. So, cooked cannibalism is quite horrible, but yeah. Absolutely freezing, yeah. Minus 31 degree. Makes people quite unhappy too. So, another thing, we should pick up some floor. Let's lay down some granite floors inside here. How about that? Because I feel like this will alleviate a little bit of the madness if this place is at least a little bit beautiful. So there we go. Another thing I am considering is some room for locking up people into. Sadly, I lock up colonists nearly as often as raiders. Seriously, I do lock up my own people quite often, but it's for their own best, you know, and for everybody's best. So let's do one more room there, connected with some venting. There we go. Because in this area, wherever somebody wants to live, it is vital to ensure the warmth of those rooms. Because I'm still sadly pretty far away from fetching warm clothing for everybody. So even the prison cell has to be heated. And since I now have so many power sources available, well, I don't know. It's nice and cozy now indoors. Nice. Perfect. Love it. Look at that. So the open door doesn't really transport the heat too well. I'm just noticing that. It's really, really weird to see that. There's 20 degrees in here and almost 30 in here. Burst for burst. Okay. Whatever. Doesn't matter too much, honestly. And Barbara went into a daze. So, that's exactly the reason why I have the urge to get myself some prison cells, because Barbara is some person that needs to be imprisoned now, because people die quite easily outside when they're dazed in temperatures like these, and I'm arresting her right away before the hypothermia gets worse, because frostbite is quite nasty, and it happens at some point of the hypothermia, and there's no reason to risk unnecessary hypothermia on my people here. So while it doesn't provide the bonus of the catharsis to do it like that, it does prevent Barbara from killing herself, and it does also make her available as a worker sooner again. So has a lot of positive aspects to arrest people who are having a mental breakdown. Just my 2 cents about that. Alright, so there's more granite line around here. Perfect. I'm going to start with flooring the sleeping rooms first, because that's overall what drives your people nuts the most. And yeah, well, that freezer is really, really small now, and well, I think I can expand it into the southern direction then. That should be absolutely doable, and yeah. Alright, so once the solar panels are researched, I think hydroponics is the next step to take, and Barbara went right into the next days. I'm only going to arrest her if she's going outside for too long, because I don't want her to I don't want to deny her that catharsis too long, because honestly We're eating human meat here. People are unhappy because of that, and honestly, they are right to be unhappy about that, but what should we do? Starve? I mean, these are already pretty, these stockpiles are already dropping quite low. So I'm already considering to, yeah, well, Squint will return to his research job once all hauling jobs have been done. There are not too many hauling jobs that need to get done, so... With small environments like these, haulers are rarely overstrained with too many work orders. So, tantrum on Henry, he wants to destroy the medicine. That's bad. It's really bad. So when that happens... Oh well, we're not going to make it in time. Alright, good job, Henry. Now we have only one piece of medicine left. Well, well. It's replaceable, sooner or later. Apart from that, how's the medical skills? Well, Henry is a good doctor. So he's so good that he doesn't want to use medicine anymore, I think. Or something like that. So how's my plants skill? Well, 7 is the highest. That means I'm unable to create my own healer roots. That's bad. That's really bad. Well, it's just the thing with cooked cannibalism, you know. So Barbara right now is actually preferring the raw meat over the meals. Maybe I should stop doing that, I don't know. But at the same time, I feel like it's vital to do so. The breakdowns are well worth it. Because with a doctor like Henry, I should be able to alleviate most problems without too much trouble. I mean, it was a pretty horrible blow that creates the chance of somebody dying, but well. Let's just hope they're through that portion of humans soon. It makes everybody quite tense to eat that stuff. Sometimes I think Rimworld should have some option that there's a slight chance that people develop the cannibal trait along the time, because it might sound a little bit gross, but human beings are like that. We grow accustomed to things very, very strongly and very, very well. Can't guarantee on that. That human beings adapt to their situation. Just a thought of mine here about that whole topic. Usually I avoid cannibalism overall, just because you see why. The breakdown rate here is quite high, and well, I'm going to try to put up some comfort here now for them. This bedroom is now only awful. That's the start of making things better. And the human meat meals are surely over soon. But as you see here, we're already on the food clock is already ticking, so I really have to consider what I'm doing now, because this won't be working out well any longer. So there are a few things you can do. That's send off people to trade, but I don't have food for 3 days to send somebody on with. So yeah, it is a quite hard situation. And well, in situations like these, there's only one thing I can do, and that's just wait and hope that we're researching the solar panels and the hydroponics quickly enough before everybody dies. Maybe I'm not going to survive that, but let's see. I definitely stand behind the choice of the cannibalism here now, because you see, we would be having even less food. So Anarchist wants to stay at this place so they can rest and regroup. Yeah, sure, man. We're going to bring you through. There's one reason to accept that quest, and that's to kill everybody on that occasion. And honestly, if things go on like this, I might be even tempted to do so. But there's visitors from the White Goat Barrow. The White Goat Barrow, that's the one faction I can allow to disgruntle here. So let's see. I'm really considering doing a gruesome and horrible thing here, because lobster and monkey are having what I need. Let me see. And the tribal people are pretty much... it's okay to have them as your enemies. More okay than having the other modern factions against you, I'd say. So, why does Henry have that rifle? He shouldn't. Barbara should have that rifle. There we go. So, a limestone meteorite dropped from the skies. And let's talk first. I mean, it's meet, greet, and eat, I'd say. Alright. So these folks have some pemmican for sale. They have some herbal meds for sale. So are we going nice or not? That's the question here. But I always take the role-playing approach first. So we're going to see how much longer will we last with that pemmican. How much is that? It's food for one more day, I'm sorry, man. So, monkey, lobster. If I were you, I would run now, because it should be quite obvious that we're up to no good. But, man, it's a hard knock life. And, we're going to do this. We are now, officially enemies with the White Goat Barrow, but honestly, it's not that much of a loss. And look at that, they have even more pemmican in their pockets. I get my money back, and I get a lot of beer. That's quite a good deal. So I'm going to store the corpses here, but I'm going to have the butchering suspended. So, well, pretty sure these people won't be visiting me anymore, but the amount of pemmican we got from this will bring me through a few more days, and if everything goes lucky, we are now at least murderers and no more cannibals. That's, feels like a promotion here. But, yeah, the food clock's not ticking anymore. There's some beer now, and, oh, I wasted the meds. Oopsie. Didn't pay attention there. So in environments like these, I really like to do the doctor care but no medicine as a default, because the problem I see here is medicine is damn rare here. I can't produce it naturally, and that's just why. So these people are having parkas, so we're going to strip them as well. Alright, so they're even awful parkas. Oh noes. Alright. Going to avoid the use of these things as long as I can. Alright, so one more technology, and I'll need more steel to realize anything here. So let's order some mining. Alright, I really feel bad for those folks I just killed there, but yeah, well, their pemmican is definitely worth the crime, so we have to do what we have to do. But overall, this is for me as a Rimworld player always pretty much the only occasion where I rely on strategies like these. I am a kind person myself, so I don't like to live like that. But I'm a strong believer that if I would be ending up in such a situation, most people would be rather taking the wrong choice, the morally and ethical wrong choice, over just dying. Because when the question is, should I die or do the morally right thing, we are just wired like that. Humans and pretty much every living being that has some sort of brain. If it's a little bit intelligent, it tries to stay alive no matter the cost for the others. So that Lynx here is slowly bleeding to death. I'm accepting its slow death because I don't want to risk another revenge here. So let's hunt it down like that. Alright. So there's plenty of steel around here. At least I got lucky with this. And hypothermia went on a critical alert. But seems like there's nothing to worry about really here. Okay, so I'm going to build myself another heater for this side of the living area, because I feel like the overall temperatures here are not making me too happy. So let's drop down solar generators. 4 of them are a nice start. They're quite costly, so I have to mine out more and more resources, but it's okay. Alright. So out here in the freezing cold, corpses don't rot. That's a very, very useful thing, because that makes the choice on if I slaughter humans or not, I'm a lot more flexible with that question, if you get my idea. Alright, so with this technology, I should be able to get the hydroponics and everything rolling quite soon. Nice. Okay, so I guess I have a very nice idea. Let's check out the fertility first. So this is fertile ground. Nice. Alright, I'm going to build some walls over here. And obviously I need new slate chunks, or give me a sec. We're not going to build it out of slate. I'm going to make it out of granite. I have so much granite, and I do like the idea that this place is getting built a little bit motley, because we're using what we're having, you know. So I'm going to do another butcher creature order that's always on, that doesn't include human. So my cooks are allowed to process other meat, and yeah, that's how we're going to work. And hypothermia on Barbara, so yeah, I'm going to draft her for a moment. Sometimes your colonists are very, very reckless with their own health. What I'd like to do is draft them for a moment and then undraft them after their hypothermia level, after her hypothermia level has normalized a little bit. So I'm going to use the excess heat of this thingy here for the hydroponics to be. I just realized that this will be a wonderful way of keeping that area warm, and at the same time I'm going to heat my living area with regular heaters. So this way I'm going to use the warmth of this thing here without wasting it. And yeah, I do like the idea behind that. So probably we'll need some more batteries to realize that idea, but it's okay. There goes. All right, so next step taken is the sun lamp. It's a furniture item. So sun lamps are providing a powerful enough light that plants can grow beneath that. And if the room is warm, if I can manage to make the room warm enough, I should be able to grow plants even without hydroponics. So maybe I should do that earlier the next time. Yeah, because my grid supports that easily. All right, so to heat up this room, I'm going to make it like follows. I'm going to build up more slate walls here and an overwall venting system now here. And there we go. That beer is truly a godsend. But yeah, we're already growing low again on other resources. Okay, so now let's check it out. This room is now having a nice constant temperature to work with. Let's check out if I can assign growing zones here yet. No. So below the snow and ice, nothing is possible. But let's check out what happens when the temperature inside here stays positive for a longer period of time. Maybe I'll need hydroponics basins after all. Maybe that's just the biome. Honestly, I never played Ice Sheet too long. The series was like one of my first attempts to tackle on that challenge, because it is certainly a pretty nasty challenge. And well, whatever might be the case, my friends. Oh, look at that. We're getting a little bit too much of indoors temperature here. Let's vent that over here. Very, very happy with everything here. It's a good point to cut this episode here. So thank you so much for watching. Makes me always super happy to know that there are people out there watching these videos. Really means a lot to me. And apart from that, I hope you come back for the next episode and have a wonderful time until then. Feel free to leave me more of those helpful comments. They're very welcome. And until then, it's only left to say goodbye. Goodbye.